Hey everyone, welcome back to JeDoVi 3D. It's your boy D-Kel. We're about ready to get started. I got something from my good friends at PCBWay. Earlier, I know you guys seen a couple of my videos. We've done some modifications to the Anycubic Kobra Max, the first version. This is in addition to that. So, you know, I reached out to them because I found on printables, because I was going to design one myself, a Y-axis plate, because I want to add linear rails to the Kobra Max. So I looked around before I did that. Maybe somebody skipped a couple of steps for me and I can just get going on it. So on printables.com, I found a designer. The name is 6 Precision. They already designed the modifications that you need for the Anycubic Kobra Max to be fully linear on their rails, like taking the wheels out completely. So on the X-axis, the Y-axis, and also the Z-axis. So there, he has a few modifications on there. I didn't leave the link in the video for this live, but I will change it so you guys can have the direct link to that actual those actual files, those STL files. But without further ado, we're going to unbox this. We're going to see what PCBWay sent, and we're going to measure it. We're going in every direction. I already have something pulled up on the iPad, so we can take a look at that. And I have all the tools I need. We're going to measure, of course, with the tape measure and our calibers. Let me switch this. So we got our calibers. We got our tape measure. We also have, I'm gonna try open up the box, just use it. Hopefully I don't need this tool. This one is like a stapler remover. I don't know how it's gonna help me, but this one should be, this is the multi-tool. This is the tool that should be helping the whole time. All right, so let's get going. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna use. We're gonna use the knife and cut through some of this tape. All right. And they sent it in like some Indiana Jones box, so you know they take your product seriously. Whatever you get from them, they take it seriously. PCBWay really, like, you know, they get in touch with 3D printer, and I'm pretty sure other people like engineers and stuff like that, but they get in touch with like 3D print YouTubers, Discorders, whatever type of social media based person you may have or presence you may have. They get in touch with you and they talk to you about representing their products. But what tends to happen is they want to make sure that you are fully satisfied with your products. I've dealt with the people at PCBWay, and they wanted to make sure that, you know, I was happy. Everything that I order works and functions as it should. So definitely good people there. And when I ordered this product, they didn't even know I was a YouTuber. They didn't reach out. I knew a representative who, you know, I called about the actual product, but they didn't know that I was an actual YouTuber who does 3D printing. And they looked at me as a regular customer, and the service was great, especially, you know, ordering stuff online. If you know what you want, you can definitely order it to specs. And you can order, you don't even have to keep it the same color. You can send them the STL file. They ask you about colors. They ask you about materials. This one was actually laser cut. I kept it with the regular silver model frame. So yeah, they're definitely good people over there who take their actual business serious. I was talking to my wife not too long ago about that. It's rare that people who work for companies take their job seriously and make sure that people get the things that they want with great customer service. And when you have that, it is special, and you tend to appreciate it. So let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up. It looks like that has a lot to do with this sliding out the way. I'm gonna grab it like this. See if I can get something in there like this. Got my coffee over here too, so I don't want it to spill that. You know what I mean? You guys can see me up there. Una taza de cafe. Alright. So let's go on this side. See if I can get in here. I spilled my cup. Let me put it up here because I just feel like I am going to knock that over. See that? See from the camera. Still working on it. That's why I like doing this live stuff. Y'all see all the improvising and stuff that I do. See, maybe I could take this off. We got more. So can you see that? Yeah. Trust the Indiana Jones box. I seen that, popping that out. So that's gonna come up. Look like that's gonna work. Like this. Oh, take a pop. Sorry, the camera's shaking. Alright, let me get this like I had that one. Push this out. And like I said, you guys are seeing all of this live. So when we do our measurements, we're gonna see if the actual part is precise or not. So that's what this actual live is for. So you can know if you want to get a part from PCBWay, how precise they're going to be with your actual part. But you do need tools to open up the cases, which I don't think relatively is a bad thing. I think it's a good thing actually, because it's packaged pretty decent. It's coming all the way from China. Let's see what we got here. It's like its own little cargo thing. Good, I think. Let's see. Got something back here printing right now on the A1. Alright, so this is open. This is open now. Alright, it's open. There we go. Woo! We got mad bubble wrap. Even if it's on, it took care of it. We send and package stuff out ourselves, so we can reuse that bubble wrap. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Piece of cardboard, I don't know. Alright, so that's the packaging, like I said. They sent it to us in a very sacred container, like, you know, it was an artifact, which I appreciate because this is important to me. All right. So let's go. And by no means did PCBWay sponsor this video. This is definitely just this is a review, a live unboxing and review on the dimensions or what the actual quality of the product. This was a laser cut product from PCBWay, and this actual design is from 6 Precision. All right, put this trash on the ground. My coffee. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to see the best angle that you guys can see this from. Is that good? You see that? This is aluminum. It's machine laser cut aluminum. It has the 6 Precision logo and their name on each side. When I sent it to them, it was actually, I think it's supposed to be about 3 or 4 mils thick. I'm not sure what I actually sent, but we're gonna look at that in the file. Pretty good, pretty good. And then they got the etching and everything correct. It looks real good. So, all right, now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the iPad, and we are going to take a look. Let me see if it's up here. So I gotta make sure that we actually have the iPad on the screen. I thought I set all this up earlier. Split view. So what we're gonna do, go to display. Come on, young sir. Digital zoom, general, display general, display. So that is not working. The iPad works when it wants to work. What is this? Screen mirror, not with the Mac. There we go. Now you want to show the people now. Settings. Sorry about this. Screen time. Display. I don't know if it's this actual product. I might have to get another one of my adapters so you guys can see this actual screen. Display brightness. No. What's the actual product? Focus. All right. So this is not working for us right now, and it may be the iPad. Flip that way. Maybe it'll work that way. No. So what I am going to do is I'll actually show this screen I wanted to share this with you guys, but I'll show this screen on this screen right here. So maybe you can see what I'm doing. That sucks. See if I go live and show you, it's not coming up. Alright, let me see if I do this without the actual thing charged into it. There we go. Now it's popping up. I had to go a different route. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to measure and see what we got here. We might have to convert a couple things to millimeters to standard. So that's what I'm going to do. Millimeter to inches. Just all right. I got the converter on the screen. That's for when we use the actual tape measure. For the thickness and stuff, we are going to use our calipers, which are already in millimeters. So let's go back, and I'm going to allow you to see this. All right, so here we go. Now, what I am going to do is, the first part of this, as you guys can see, I'm going to take my first measurement for thickness. So, first measurement for thickness. So I hate when I pull this off because you don't get the actual measurement. Alright. So I'm going to go back to this camera. First measurement for thickness is 44 mils. So 4 mils exactly. That was my thickness measurement. Alright. We're going to go back here. Let's take a look at here. Wrong thing. About to use the plate as a pad. So we're going to go in front view. I'm going to zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I'm actually using Shaper 360 right now. Alright, and we're going to go to measurement. I'm going to measure from point to point. I'm going to go from this point up here to this point down here. We got 4 mil. So they were actually, I don't know if I can zoom on that more. Yeah, I can. They were actually perfect with the thickness of this. See, I wanted to do something when it was just actually millimeter, that you could compare the millimeter to see how precise they were. So they were actually perfect with that. So now what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna kind of have to do some translation from our standard American measurements to millimeters to metric. So where I'm going to go is I'm going to try to go from center hole to center hole at an angle. Right now I don't know if you can see that. I have almost, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 17 9/16. 17 9/16 from this angle to this angle. So 17 9/16 from here to here. So let's see what they got here. 17 9/16. You can remember that with me. I should have wrote it down. Matter of fact, let me put it in my notes on my phone so I don't forget it. That's how you know we live. We doing everything as if you guys weren't here. So let's see. What I say? 17 and 9/16. I don't know if you can see that. 17 9/16. That's what we got there. All right. Let me take a sip of this cafe. the iPad. Zoom out of this. Get this in here. It's not coming over. Let me at the top. There we go. So we're gonna do point to point. Let me get this out the way. Zoom in on that. So measure point to point. We're gonna go from this center hole to this center hole. We got 446 mils from center hole to center hole. 446 mils. So what we're gonna do, I'm paying attention to my iPad. So we're going back here. So we have 446 mils, right? 446 millimeters. Basically point on, perfect. That right there is let's say 5/16. Let's do some multiplication and see what we got there. I said 9/16, right? So where's my calculator? Calculator. I never seen a calculator load up before. Okay. So I'm a regular calculator. I don't know what this is. Skip these ads. All right. All right. So what do we have? So we're gonna take this. Let's see. Come on, man. You guys don't need to see this stuff. Where's my regular calculator at? I think that's the only one I have. Alright, man, don't even worry about it. I'll do it on my phone. You guys can do the math with me. So we'll go back here. I'll do the math on my phone. See me doing the math. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it precisely. So what we'll do is, what was the number on here? So we'll do 0.5591 times 100, right? That's not going to be it because we're getting into the 16th, so we got to go more than that, right? 0.5591 times 10,000. No, it's times 1,000. 5591 times 1,000. Sean, it is 10,000. 5591 times 10,000. All right. So. So 55 over 1,000. So 5591 over 1000 is what? Broken all the way down. You guys help me out if you can. 5591 over 1000 broken all the way down. Let's see. 5591 over 10,000. Let's see how accurate we are with that. Fraction. I feel like doing the math all the way. All right, we just gonna make this easier on ourselves. What is 9/16 as a decimal? All right. Okay, so it's done. It's almost super close with that. So 9/16 as a decimal is 0.5625. We're at 5591, so almost perfect. And that could have been for me either shifting it back and forth, not landing quite directly in the zero, but I think it's even like maybe like a 16th, less than a 16th off. So that's actually almost perfect. I'm trying to get let me see if I can get somewhere that we can accurately measure with the hook on this. So go from the midpoint to midpoint. No, it's not an accurate measurement. Alright. So from this point to this point, so from this point to this point, you so that from this point to this point, let me see. I don't know. So you guys can see what's going on. All right. I'm trying to get a direct, accurate measurement for you guys. Pardon me. So it's basically. Let me see. 13/16. So it's basically 13/16 from tip to tip. From the side. 13/16 from tip to tip. Alright, let me see if I can go from here. Nah, it's only gonna go from here to here. See if we can change that. 3-degree angle, no. Point to point is a bit easier. So is there another point that I can add right here? Nah, so we basically gotta go point to point. I wanna know if we can go edge to edge. Let me take a look at this. 3-point angle. It's basically going point to point. Alright, let's go this one. Let me get a good. Alright, so let's go here. Let's do this. That's a bit. We can check out that. That's a bit more accurate. 264.45. 264.45. 264.45. That's 10.411. Let's see what we got here. So let's see what we got here. From what I have right here, I got 10 3/8 of an inch. It's only off by like a 16th. It's 3/8 of an inch is 0.375. So it's 10.375. You got about 4. So it's almost like, it's just under, it's like under half of a 16th, if I'm not miscalculating. So it's very accurate, very accurate. Tape measure, you know, tape measuring. Remember, we're converting from metric to standard. So very accurate in that sense. Like I said, the thickness is extremely accurate. So the thickness of this is extremely accurate. So, you know, I don't know if you can see, I'm kind of like trying to do this and keep my eye on it. So it's extremely accurate. If you can see that. And so everything, so when we go to install this, everything should land in its proper place. We are going to do that live. I got so many things, so many projects that I have to do. The next one is actually the, I have a Solvo 04 IDEX printer that I changed out to Sprite, Creality Sprite extruders. Because the original extruder on there, for some reason, it was just bad, man. Like the one side, the actual, if you're looking at it facing it, the right side was good, the left side just kept jamming up. And I was thinking maybe it's from them being off on the x-axis, and the left one was closer to the build plate, and it was just probably like jamming and getting stuck, and you know, expanding inside of the heatsink to get locked inside of the extruder. So it was just something weird that happened. So inside the extruder hole, it kind of expanded itself like within the metal. So I had to take a drill and drill into it. It worked for a little bit, but then the same thing happened. I'm not sure what actually happened. So I'm not sure what actually happened with that situation, but it caused the first extruder to basically jam, and it just was no repairing. So rather than look for a replacement for that extruder, I saw online that you can basically replace the extruders with very minimal modifications or custom work to put a Sprite extruder in there, which on my Ender 3 Pro I installed a Sprite extruder, and perfect, works out perfect for me. My Ender 5S1 that came with it's basically a Sprite extruder too, very perfect. That even on that one, that's been giving me a bit of a funky little attitude, but we take care of that. Just change out the extruder, and it's been working fine ever since. What else did I have the Sprite extruder on? But this on that Ender 3 Pro, switching it out, that's one of, like, it's the oldest printer, but it's one of my most reliable printers. When you guys seen the other videos where I did the custom work to it, so it's like one of my exclusive printers, you know. So I wanted to just swap out the Solvo IDEX 04 hot extruders and hot ends for the Sprite, and we're gonna get rocking on that. I'm changing the firmware over to Clipper. So, you know, there is some firmware out there where people actually took the Solvo's original firmware and modified it for Clipper. So we'll be doing that as well. Once we get that rocking and rolling, then we go another IDEX in order to do dual printing, or, you know, swapping out support, so that we maybe use PETG on PLA, or opposite, PLA on PETG to support it. That way we can break off supports. So That's it right there. And I want to print that basketball. I got some filament out here that I gotta try. It's called the PEBA filament. I want to try it, and I want to print the basketball too. I like balling too. So we're gonna do all that. Very much stay tuned. I'm so sorry between the distance between videos, but JeDoVi, we're just rocking and rolling right now. We got a lot going on as far as live events. Please check out the website, www.jedovishop.com. Anything that you may be looking for as far as trinkets, hobby, we do crocheting on there, and of course we do 3D printing. We also do artwork, like we'll take photos and turn them into artwork for you, or take your photo and just put it on a canvas. So just go to www.jedovishop.com and check us out. All right, but thank you PCBWay. Yo, you guys did an awesome job on this, man. I really appreciate it. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but it will actually benefit me, and as far as what I'm doing with that Anycubic. The Anycubic, still so much work going on to it, but you guys will see me put this on. And you guys remember the A1? I don't know if you can see it back here. It's over here printing right now. We got some dragons printing. So, all right. Make sure I hit the opposite one. So, and I'm still doing it, you guys. I don't know if you see it. The Ender NG. I'm still going to put it together. Like, this is one of my most, like, I'm so excited to do this. It's so much. I can't wait to get this started. But when I get this started, I want to go and finish it. And like I told you, I won't do any other build unless I'm live online. So once we get into more of a motion where we're going live on a consistent rate, this is what we'll be building. And we're going to get that high speed. We're going to turn an Ender. I've already got it over here. It's in the box too. So I'll grab that. Well, got a lot of stuff for it. That's where we go. There we go. So we already got the Ender purchase. You know, it's already ready to go. So, you know, we're going to do our thing with this. I mean, I'm hoping you guys follow on along. And it's just such a beautiful thing that, you know, people didn't give up on the Ender 3. They want to make it the next generation, hence the NG. And we're going to put it together. So please stay tuned. Like, subscribe. JeDoVi 3D. It's your boy D-Kel. Thank you so much. I'll check you guys out on the next one. Happy printing, people. See you in the next video.